All right, everybody, welcome to POLSA and Ukrainian Student Association's final GBM of the semester, of the fall semester.
Yeah, first ever joint GBM. We decided we have a lot of common Christmas traditions, so why not do it together and enjoy some food together?
Which over there in the corner, lots of stuff. So stick with us till the end. So first, what we'll do, we'll just quickly our very short announcements, potentially what might happen over winter break if we decide to opt with going that. Then we'll have our Christmas presentation, a Kahoot with prizes, as you can see right here in front of the front table that you may pick from. And then food at the end, all in the corner. So that's what's going on today. So quickly, our upcoming events. This last GBM was today, so thank you all for making it. And then, as I said, Discord, potentially be on the lookout for some virtual events. I was potentially thinking of like maybe like a live cooking like demo, maybe on Discord. Everybody hops on, then we can quickly, figure out how to make something really quick, something like that. So that's what's in store. Just a reminder that there is a 1 credit Polish class next semester that Paniklavas will be taking, which I believe is for, native level speakers, more or less. So if anybody's interested learning about Polish cities and having like a class where they can practice, reading, writing, speaking Polish, then this would be the course to do that. And then finally, just a really quick sports news, because I like sports, so I like to hype that up. So even though Poland didn't make it out of our group in the Euros, the Euro qualifiers group, there is still the term baraże, so like almost like a mini knockout tournament, like where there's little groups of 4 teams, and then the winner of each group gets to go to the Euros. Poland and Ukraine are in a separate group, so thankfully we don't have to play each other, and we each still have a shot at making the tournament. So Poland is playing Estonia, and it's around, I want to say, in March. That'll be the first game, and then we'll play the winner of Wales, Finland. My prediction is Wales, if we make it, hopefully. And then Ukraine plays Bosnia. And then if they win, they play the winner of Israel or Iceland. So that's what's going on as far as that. And then I plugged this kind of during the last GBM. So basketball season, we have a group in Polsa that likes to go to the games. And we usually like to sit together, make a lot of noise, scare the other team, get in their heads. Yeah. So if anybody would like to come join that group, have some fun, take a break from the studies, let us know. We like to make the group even bigger than it is now. And with that, our Christmas presentation.
I think my points first. Okay, so so Christmas in Poland is like the most important holiday of the year, definitely. And we celebrate it for 3 days basically, which starts from December 24th all the way to December 26th. So we have the Christmas Eve, which as I noticed, like in America, it's not like a very big day, like but yeah, we have the Christmas day and the day after Christmas, and each day has different traditions, different food. So when it comes to Christmas Eve in Catholicism, you're supposed to fast all day before the feast in the evening. So all day you do not eat anything, and when you do eat in the evening, there's a giant meal, so supper with 12 dishes. You're supposed to try at least one of each, and no meat is allowed on 24th. So like only fish is allowed. Like no, like somehow like I don't know, I don't remember the precise meaning behind it, but in Catholicism, basically during fast you are allowed to eat fish. So one particular like very famous tradition in Poland is that there's an extra set of tableware for a lost traveler. So you're supposed to set up, if you have like 8 people in your family, you're supposed to give up like nine sets of tableware. And before or after, because like I've seen, like when I was doing this presentation, I've seen that it was some celebrated before, some after. Before the feast, there is people break wafers and they give each other wishes for the new year. So like Merry Christmas, stuff like that. We do it while breaking the wafer. Afterwards, we like open presents and sing Christmas carols. So, but the thing is, who brings the presents? So basically, different regions of Poland believe that there is a different person or an entity that brings presents. So, for example, most of Eastern Poland simply believes in Santa Claus, so Święty Mikołaj, whereas most of Western Poland believes in Gwiazdor, which is a starman. He's the one on the right. of Santa. He basically comes to houses and asks people to recite prayers and like Christmas carols. And if they've been nice, they get presents, and if they've been naughty, they are given coal or sticks. In Lower Silesia, it is a star, which is like Wrocław area. So yeah, they believe that the star brings the presents. And Upper Silesia, where I come from, I've always been taught that it's like baby Jesus that brings the presents, which is very unusual, but it's what we believe basically. And in Krakow, it's believed to be an angel. So main courses, well, so mainly pescatarian dishes are served at the table. So like I said, no meat, only fish is allowed. So we have barzuszkami, which is a beetroot soup with kind of pierogies, but they cannot have meat, so it's usually like sauerkraut and mushrooms. We have ryba po grecku, which is Greek style fish. Like this is probably my favorite Christmas dish because my grandma can always make it the best. Marinated herring, hunter stew, but it's without meat. It's worth remembering. There's a version with meat and without meat. Łazanki z kapustą, which is kind of like it's similar to pasta, but not exactly. But it's like basically it's like plates, like square bits of pasta with sauerkraut. Carp, which is like the most famous fish. It's always there's a tradition of bringing a live carp to the home and then killing it before the Christmas Eve. And there's always during every like Christmas Eve there's one person that always says that it doesn't taste like river mud. Always, I can guarantee you. Yeah, and of course, if you have pierogi, they have to be with kapusta and grzyby, which is mushrooms and sauerkraut. And yeah, it's no meats, but God didn't say anything about desserts, so we have a makowiec, which is a dessert made out of what's its name in English?
Poppies.
Poppies, yeah, poppy seeds. Like łazanki, which is like also a place of pasta, but with poppy seeds again, and kompot sushi, which is sort of it's a bit similar to American apple cider. But it's made of like dried different types of dried fruit. So Christmas Day is a religious day. Christians go to church, and in the afternoon there's usually a second feast. This time with meat allowed. So yeah, always on the second day there's a lot of like new stuff that you didn't eat on like Christmas Eve. So for example, we have pieprzowe, which is like basically kind of like pork chops. Pierogi this time with meat, pork or like roasted pork. Hunter stew, but this time also with meat. And recently there's been a tradition of cooking a duck or a turkey, which is what my family does, for example. And desserts, as a person from Toruń, we make like the best pierniki, so we always eat pierniki for Christmas. But like except for makowiec, there's usually this type of piernik, which is called piernik staropolski, which is kind of a cake. Instead of like an ordinary piernik is more of like a cookie, but this one is more of like a cake. So the day after Christmas, food cannot go to waste. It's like the most Polish thing you can do is like eat every last bit of food. If it's on your plate, you have to finish this. So basically, yeah, day after Christmas, people are also there's days of work for the 3 days, so people do not work anything. Like the Polish economy is like stuffed for those 3 days, basically. So yeah, you have to eat all the leftovers during like the final day, and then you spend your time with family. So like usually watch Christmas movies, but I'll get to this later. So yeah, basically, we are very big on advent calendars all throughout like December. There's always be like an advent calendar in a Polish home. I can guarantee you there's one, and there are like different movies that we love to watch during Christmas. Like the most famous one being Home Alone. It's like it's basically at this point it's part of Polish tradition to like watch it every year. Same with Potop the Deluge, which or game Mieczem with Fire and Sword, which we have recently seen at the movie socials. So like they are very famous to be played around the Christmas time. Yeah, so for good luck, we also put carb scales from the Christmas Eve. in our wallet. I don't know if I have one right now in my wallet, but there's a high possibility that I do. So we also like decorating Christmas trees and going to nativities, and like most of Western Europe does mostly like a Christmas markets. So like you go there, you get some Glühwein, for example, in Germany. But in Poland, it's mostly a nativity. Like there's a big nativity built in the town square, and that's usually it. So the biggest one would be in Częstochowa, which is the one in the picture. It has live animals, and it's a very worthwhile place to see. So yeah, that's.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nikolai. I loved hearing about the Polish tradition. And I think we actually have a lot in common with the Ukrainian ones, as everyone will see. So now we'll get into a few Ukrainian traditions and Christmas-related symbols. So first of all, Christmas Day, when is it celebrated? We have an update this year. So previously, as some of you might know, Christmas was celebrated on 2 days in Ukraine. You had the traditional Catholic and Protestant Christmas celebrated on December 25th, and then you had Orthodox Christmas celebrated on January 7th because the Orthodox Ukrainian Church used the Julian calendar. But this year, as of September 1st, 2023, the Ukrainian Orthodox Church decided to switch to using the Gregorian calendar, which is the one that we use for our everyday activities, just so they could kind of be in sync with everyone else, and also to distance themselves from the Russian Orthodox Church. That was another motivation. So now all Ukrainians will be celebrating Christmas on the same day, which I think is pretty cool. Next up, what are some Christmas Eve dinner traditions? As Nikolai mentioned, in Ukraine, we also do 12 dishes, which are made to symbolize the 12 apostles. And Christmas Eve is the last day of the fast. So same as in Poland, most of the dishes are vegetarian if you're doing it traditionally. And as Nikolai mentioned, you have to try a little bit of each dish. Now, not every family does this, but this is kind of the traditional way to celebrate Christmas Eve dinner. And here's a little video showing the Ukrainian home and how people prepare for Ukrainian Christmas. I don't know if we have sound. Do we have sound? Huh? I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's not. Maybe. Actually, no, I don't think so. Well, okay, well, I can narrate. Right here, the video is showing them making kutya, which is a traditional Ukrainian grain dish.
So it doesn't work.
Okay. Anyway, they're making kutya, which is a traditional Ukrainian grain dish made for Christmas. It uses wheat berries, and then you can add raisins, nuts, all sorts of other mix-ins. Some families make it with rice rather than wheat grain. There's different variations. And then you see in the video these girls coming to carol at someone's house. They're wearing traditional Ukrainian clothes. And I think this is from Western Ukraine because the clothes looks a little bit similar to like Polish traditional clothes as well, I think.
Yeah, but
Yeah, so it's them caroling. I'll skip through this. And this shows the dinner. There's the kutya when it's already made. And basically, we pray and start dinner. Everyone tries the kutya. And yeah, that's it. I wish we had the volume, the sound, but it's okay. All right, now to the next slide. Okay. Yeah, so kutya, as we mentioned, this is the main dish of the Christmas evening, made with wheat berries, poppy seeds, honey, walnuts, raisins. You can make it with different things, and people will often invite their grandparents to come over or bring kutya to their family members. Some other desserts that are often eaten around Christmas time are makiwnik, the dried fruit compote, kind of similar to the Polish one, and mediwnik, which is like a honey cake. A little bit about Ukrainian Christmas caroling. So Christmas carols are sung on Christmas Eve with family, and it's pretty common to bring the 8-point star while caroling. People visit neighbors and family with carols, and neighbors usually give candy or money to people who come to their house caroling. Oh, and also vodka, I guess.
That's right.
Depending on the age group caroling, I guess. So we don't have the sound. Let's try again just for a little bit. If not,
One more guess.
yeah, this is selected on.
Oh, maybe you have to. Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's my own.
Okay, and then play.
This is coming from my own laptop, but
Okay. Yeah. Is it?
all right, we'll have laptop audio, so there will be something.
Better than nothing.
Better than nothing. Amen. All right, let's go.
It's like in the Ukrainian Carpathian Mountains in the west. So you got to hear a little bit of the Ukrainian Christmas. Ага, там ми будемо. And one of the most famous Ukrainian Christmas carols, which all of you have probably heard the English version of, is Carol of the Bells. In Ukrainian, it's called Shtedrik. So this is based on a Ukrainian centuries-old carol that has pagan roots, but it was written down by Mykola Leontovich in 1916 as a composition, and then it was kind of spread all over the world. It was performed in America a few years later in New York. And it got translated to many different languages, such as English. So another Ukrainian Christmas symbol is the Diduch. This is one of the main decorations of the house. It's wheat stalks that are tied together, and it symbolizes the spirit of the ancestors. It's believed that around Christmas time, like ancestors return to spend time with their families. That's why you put out an extra plate during the Christmas dinner, like for your ancestors and their spirit, I guess. And that's it as far as our two presentations go. And now we'll be doing the Kahoot.
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna start.
All right, we are going to start. 3, 2, 1, go.
What is the name of the Ukrainian grain dish during Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah, not a big problem here. Congratulations. What day is Christmas in Poland not celebrated?
Yeah.
Food and all that.
Yeah.
Good, good. So like 23rd is like almost like Christmas, but not yet.
Yeah.
What do Ukrainians often bring with them to the Christmas caroling?
We'll figure
Yeah. An 8-point star. What dish is served on Christmas Eve in Poland?
Thank you.
Yeah, so zapiekanki is a fast food, and there can be no meat on the Christmas Eve. Which popular Christmas song is originally from Ukraine? What does its Ukrainian name Shchedrik
Щедрик.
mean?
Blocking the question.
Hmm?
This is blocking the question.
It was oh
Oh, you already read the question.
yeah.
But
Yes, would be. No. True or false? In Zakopane area, presents are brought by an angel. That's Krakow. That's Krakow area. In Zakopane, it's a Santa. What is the dedupe and what does it symbolize? Correct. Which of these movies is traditionally watched during Christmas in Poland?
Playing? Are you playing? Poranek Toyota. That's not correct.
last question.
Second yes. So yeah, what are correct? Poranek Toyota is not a. It's a very good movie, but not a Christmas one. Pierogi Gals.
With the lead.
Many Orthodox Christians used to celebrate Christmas on because the Ukrainian Orthodox Church used that.
Ooh. Two-parter.
Yeah, January 7th, July 10th. Last question.
Last question. Interesting steps.
Which of these dishes is a dessert? Dishes? Is this correct?
All of it.
Yes.
All of it.
Right. I think
I think it flipped, right?
it's correct.
Is it?
I think I should put 3 answers correct.
You put
I think I can.
with multi-select.
Let's see.
Multi-select.
Okay.
So everything except riba. So the winners are third place. Come
Bravo. Second place. Nicola. Bravo. First place. Drum roll. Pierogi Gals. Bravo. All right, so those who have place on the leaderboard. Come up, get your prize. Otherwise, in the back, food is starting to get distributed. So
Also, it's my name day today, so I'm gonna pass out some candy.
Anthony Mikoy, am I right, y'all?
Yeah.
Saint Nick coming in clutch.
Yeah.
I'll go for it. All right, so first place was who? First place. Okay, so. One, two, three, and four. These are the options. So you can go for it.
Everything on that file. All right.
So second place, please. Please. Take your pick.
Fine. All right.
Good pick. Excellent.
My personal recommendation is on thing over here.
Yeah. Stop. All right. Leaderboard. Ready? Go. All right. Good stuff. We need to step it up.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching. Great.